Hello everyone. Today we are going to start our second class in our C language programming C language course. By the end of this project or course, you will be able to build a basic console C application. What we learned in the previous video, we learned keywords and identifiers, variables and constants, data types, input output, programming operators, and we gave some introductory example of coding to you as an exercise. What we learn in this video, we are going to learn C flow control or decision making statements. Which are the topics we will cover in this video? C if else, switch case, for loop, while loop, break continue, and goto. So let's start. Decision making structure required that the programmer specifies one or more conditions to be evaluated or tested by the program, along with a statement or statements to be executed if the condition is determined to be true, and optionally other statements to be executed if the condition is determined to be false. C programming language assumes any non-zero and non-null values as true, and if it is either zero or null, then it is assumed as false value. This statement that C programming language assumes any non-zero and non-null values as true. This non-zero and non-null value as true, this is specifically not for C programming language. It applies for any programming languages like in Java, in Python, in PHP, in Oracle SQL, PL everywhere. If it is non-zero value or not null, then it is considered to be true value. Vice versa, if it is a zero or null, then it is considered as a false value. So, these decision making statements actually works same in any languages. So if you knows how to build a logic, where to put the logic, then it is very simple to put this if else statement or any kind of for loop, switch case, anything in any programming languages, in PL in C programming, in C++, in Java, in PHP, in Python, anywhere. It is the same for everywhere. You have to make the logic. You have to think about the logic. You have to put the logic correctly. So it will execute, your program will execute perfectly. So this is the main thing in decision making or decision making statement. This is the main thing in that decision making statement. So suppose you are putting you have 10 apples in your hand, and some of the apples are rotten, and so you are putting some condition like if the apple is rotten, then if it is true, if your condition is true, then this conditional code will come. The conditional code, this something you have to write it here. If the apple is rotten, then you will throw it out. So that throw it out condition you have to write in true condition. If it is not rotten, then you will not throw it out. So the condition is false, and that apple will pass it to the next statement. It will ignore the middle of the conditional code. So this is the logic of if else. So this is how the if else will work. This picture is depict if condition, not the else condition. There are something for else condition also that we will come to know later. So C statements if consist of if statement, if else statement, nested if else statement, switch statement, and nested switch statement. So let's start with if statement. An if statement consists of a Boolean expression followed by one or more statements. Suppose you are putting one condition here. This is a flow diagram of if statement, and you are putting one condition here. If the condition is true, then your code will run this piece of code. If it is false, then it will not run this code. It will directly go to the next. line of code. Let's say some example directly here. So I am declaring a variable with some initialization 10. And why I'm putting one condition here, if a is greater than 10, then printf uh, value of a is greater than 10. Printf hello world. So in this code, I already told you that the first line hash include studio.h means a pre-processor comment. So that is we already described in our first video, and I included that one because I'm using the printf function here in my code. And the next function is the int main, the key of our coding, or you can say the gate point of our coding. So in that gate point, I'm declaring a variable with integer type. Integer as a data type, a is a variable name, and I will initializing that also in the same statement with 10 value. I'm putting it like not 10, 90. Suppose I'm putting in the 90. So now next line I'm declaring if condition. If, then first bracket, then a greater than 10, first bracket close, then curly bracket start, and I'm printing something that the value of a is greater than 10. This will print if 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 the value of a is greater than 10, then this will fire. This condition will fire. This condition, if it is true, then this statement will fire. After that curly bracket close, I'm printing hello world. Suppose by value a is not greater than 10, then it should not print this line, and it will only print this hello world. But if in this case, if value of a is greater than 10, then this line also print along with this line. So let's run this program and let's see what will print. I'm running the program and it is printing because 90 is greater than 10. It is coming as a true. So it is, this value is returning as a boolean true value. So we are it's printing the value of a is greater than 10. And then in the next line, it is printing hello world. You can think about the slash n I am putting here in that first line. What does it mean? It is actually printing the next line character, means it is printing an enter after this statement. So after that, hello world will print, and it's printing the hello world. Now suppose I am putting like 9 only. So a is equal to 9, a greater than 10, then printf this one, then printf hello world. Let's run this program. And it is printing only hello world. It's not printed the value of a is greater than 10, because this a is equal to 9 and it is less than 10, means this condition is now returning false value. So false will not if it is false, then the conditional thing will not run now, means I'm putting condition here a greater than 10. When I'm putting value a is equal to 90, then condition is satisfying and it is coming through this piece of code, means this conditional code is firing. When I'm putting a greater than 10 and a is equal to 9, means 9 is greater than 10. this is actually false. So that time the piece of code is not running here. It is directly go to the next line of the code, which is printing. That's why it is printing hello world there. So I guess it's clear for you guys the only if statement, how it is work, and the syntax of the if statement. Now we are going for next statement, that is if else statement. So for if else statement, an if statement can be followed by an optional else statement which executes when the Boolean expression is false. Means, suppose in the previous case, in the previous scenario, when it is true, that time we are putting some condition or piece of code here in the true statement, but we are not putting anything in the false statement. We are directly removing the false statement. But when we want that one also, means when we want to print the anything at the time of false also, that time we have to write else code, and we can execute that one when the value, when the condition is false, that time it will execute. That is the main logic of if else. Another big statement is that you will not allowed to write only else statement. Means you are allowed to write only if statement but not the else statement. You have to write if statement if you are using else statement, if you want to use any else statement. So if, only if can be written, but only else cannot be written. So let's see some other problem uh, program. Suppose I want to put else here directly in same code, and I want to print the else logic is less than. So what I changed, I'm it's the same code like previous one. I only added the else part in this code. In the else part, we have written that if a value is less than 10, then it will print the value of a is less than 10, which is not present in the first coding. So I added this else part. Now, if I passing value a is equal to 91st, then let's see what will print. So it's printing the value of a is greater than 10, and then it executes the hello world. So compiler when it runs, it is checking this condition. It is satisfying the condition because 90 is greater than 10. So it is returning true value, and it is went into inside of this if statement. So it is printing this one. After that, it will jump to after number 8 lines to number 15 lines. It will not execute this printf because this is a else condition. So that's why it is skipping this portion and it is printing the number 15 line. So that is printing hello world. So now we are able to see that in the screen it is coming the value of a is greater than 10, and in the next line I am able to see hello world. Suppose I am changing the value to 9. So if I run this program, it is printing the value of a less than 10 and then hello world. So what will happen when I run this program? Compiler check the value of a and the condition, this condition. It is 9 is greater than 10, which is returning false. So it is not entering the in if condition, so it is directly jumping into the number 12 line, means in else condition. And in else condition it is written that the value of a is less than 10, so it is printing the value of a is less than 10, and in the next line it is printing hello world. So this is a advantage, you can say, to writing else. That advantage is whenever you want to write any code, when it is true, you want to run some particular code, then you can able to write it down in if condition. If you want to write any code which should fire when your condition will false, then you have to write that one in else condition. So this is a if else statement. I hope this is also clear for you guys. that if else statement, how it works, and what is the syntax. Now we are going for nested if else statement. What does it mean? It is always legal in C programming to nest if else statement, which means you can use one if or else if condition, say else if statement, inside another if or else if statement. Means it's kind of thing that you are entering in house. In that house, another door is there. You are entering a house through a door, and after entering in that house, another door is there to enter in another room. So maybe you are entering in one big house, and after going to there, you are able to see there are two doors. One is if and another is another else. Again, if you are entering it if condition, again you are able to see another two door, one if one else. Again entering into another if door, again you are able to say another if another else. So like that means it's a door, another door, another door, another door in a room, in a house, and it's a called as a nested if else statement. Suppose I want to see the one syntax or programming example of that one. Suppose a is equal to 9, and yeah, I'm writing this condition a greater than 10 and printf a greater than 10. Before that, I want to put another value like if a greater than 10, then I am putting like that if a is greater than 50. Else, wanted to print like this: a is greater than 50, a is less than 50. Like, suppose I am passing 90. So in that case, I'm passing 90, and okay, I'm passing 90. So in this scenario, it should like run this way, that it is coming true. This condition is coming true because a is equal to 90, which is greater than 10. So it will enter in this if condition. Now, in the after entering here, we're getting another if condition. This is called as a nested if else condition. So in that case, I'm able to see that another logic is written here, a greater than 50. I'm passing 90, so it is returning true. 90 is greater than 50. So it will print finally the value of a is greater than 50. Else, if it is less than 50, then it will print the value is less than 50. And if I passing value less than 10 itself in the first call itself, then it will not enter here. It will directly go to the printer, the value is less than 10 itself. So let's see what will what is the output of this program. I'm running this program, and it is printing the value of a is greater than 50 because a is greater than 90. So it is entering here in this if else condition, nested if one, and then again it is checking the value is greater than 50 or not, and it is coming true, so it is printing this value, and it is keeping this whole portion because this is in else condition, so it will not execute the else part because it's already executed the if part of the code, and then it is printing the hello world here in the final code. Now if I wanted to run like this, 40, a is greater than 40, so it will what will happen, it is printing the value of a is less than 50, means it is coming true, so it is entering here, and here it is coming false because 40 is not greater than 50, so it is coming in else part. In else part it is printing that this value, the value of a is less than 50, and then it is skipping this else part, and then it is printing the hello world. And now again, I am running with the value with a is equal to 5. And if I run this one, the value of a is less than 10. So means it is false for the first statement itself. and it is jumping into the else part of this one. The value of a is less than 10. So it is printing here. Another nested if else condition you can write like this way. Suppose a is greater than 10, and if you want to put like this, if else uh, that is if else if. Okay. Okay. This one we will this explain after some time, this else if part. So I hope this one is also clear, that how to write nested if else statement, and this is the nested if else statement part. Now we will move into the next part, that is switch statement. So now we are coming to switch statement. This is another decision making statement which works like same like if else condition. You can write if else condition or as well as switch cases. A switch a switch statement allows a variable to be tested for equality against a list of values, which value is called a case, and the variable being switched on its check for each switch case. So it's a like we have to put the condition here, or you can put like the expression here, and then if the expression starts fires, and you have to write the cases here in these switch cases, and the same thing will fire if it is satisfy the first case, then it will fire this piece of code. If it is if it is satisfy the case 2, then it will fire these expressions or this set of code. Like that way it will happen. So let's see how it works. So I will write this if else, this coding, full coding with switch statement. So I am putting the condition switch a is uh, switch a. Then I am putting case 1 or case like a greater than 10. Then printf a is greater than 10 slash n. A is less than 10, then this. Let me run this program. Okay, so just a second. Okay, this condition wise expression will discuss after some time. A is 1, A is 2, A is 3, A is not in the list. So in switch case, what is happening? Suppose you are using some great kind of things, or like any, you have the control, or you have some, you know that how many if else condition you have to write in your program. So in that case you can use like this way. Or if you are putting like, I can give you another example. Char A is equal to grade, it is, if I am putting as a grade, then it is D grade. And this is how, if we'll run A, B, C, D, it is A. Your grade is B. Your grade is E. Your grade is D. You are fail. So wrong initialization. So that's why it is throw that error. Okay. Okay. Now this is a switch case. And here what does that mean, how it is working? Switch is a statement. You have to put some expression here in this switch condition, and I'm putting an expression here as a care, A is equal to D, and I'm putting as a D. So when, what the use of this switch case? When you knows that this many values will come in your condition, in your input, in your input, and you want to print the particular thing for your particular input, then that time we will use switch case. Like we knows like this way, we knows that there are four grade A, B, C, D, and now I want to print, if it is A, then it will run some expression, run some statement when it is A. When it is B, that time it will run some expression or piece of code, then it will execute that one. Like that way we are wanted to print, so that time we can use switch case uh, instead of if else. So here I'm putting D as a char is equal to A, and I'm putting that in syntax switch, then first bracket A, first bracket close, then second bracket, then case A. If this A value is comes as A, then it will print this line. After that, it will again execute the case B also, and it will print this line also, this line, and all the lines. Because I'm not using any break condition here. So after some time, I will tell you the break also, and but how it is work. Means if I'm not print this break here, or we're not putting the break here, then it will, if the first case itself, if it is execute, then it will execute all the other cases which is below of that first case. So it will print B, C, D, default, everything. So first I remove this break and let me show you how it goes. Uh-huh. Okay. So if I passing a as a variable a, and if I run this program, it is printing a b c d fail hello world. So it is the first case statement is fired, means satisfied, and it is printing the first one as well as the second, third, fourth, and last one also. If I am passing b, then it should fire b c d, and yes, it is firing b c d and fail. Same like for c. If I am passing c as a parameter, then it is firing c d and fail. It should print this one, c d and e, c d and fail. Correct. Now same like for d, d and fail. Now if I don't want to fire the next statement, next case statement, then I have to put break here. It's a kind of same. It's a kind of stop of after the execution of the first statement, after the last statement. So if I'm writing this one, it is printing only D and hello world. It is not printing you are fail. So this is a breakpoint, or you can say um, it is a stop off after the execution of the first case. If I'm putting A, it should print grade is A and hello world. It is not printing now B, C, D. So now another point is, suppose uh, you are wanted to put, if A is not within your case statement, suppose A is D or E or A for Z, something, some values is coming, so it should print something there. It should execute something in your screen. So that time, if you want to do any printing, then you have to print it in default. So whatever falls outside of case, the value it falls outside of the case values, or whatever the case you are declared, if it is false outside of that one, then default will fire and it should print you are fail only. So if I run this program, then default will fire and it will print you are fail and hello world. You are fail and hello world. So this is the switch statement in C programming. And it is this, I already told you, this all these are same in every languages, in C, in C++, in Java, in Python, in PHP, in PL/SQL, everywhere it is same, and the logic is same, almost syntax is also same, more or less same. Another possibility is that nested switch statement, means it is possible to have switch as a part of the statement sequence of an outer switch, even if the case constant of the inner and outer switch contains common values. No conflicts will arise. So if you want to learn another switch case, suppose this is a switch. In between another switch, I can write switch B, and I'm declaring that one char b, not char, this is I'm declaring as a int b is equal to 10, sorry, 2. I'm declaring 2, and I wanted to print like this way, removing this code. This is a nested switch case 1 printf the b value is 1, and then take another case I am writing here for b is case 2. And this is I am writing over case A. If case A is this one, then I am running this one. Printf the value of A is A. And then this switch case. For case B, I am printing only this portion. And then break, and then default printf percentage C, comma A. Okay, and now another point I am putting here, default printf value of B is percentage D, comma B, and then break. So if I run this program, okay, next line, okay, in section. Yeah. Okay, so this is a nested switch case statement. So first switch is checking the value of CAD A is A or B or A or B or default. What is the case scenario is satisfying? That is it's checking. So first switch statement is considering value of A. Now after entering A, suppose I am passing value A, and if I run this program, okay, and another break I have to put here also. Okay. Missed one break. Yeah. So the value of A I am passing right now is A. So it should enter the case A. And now it is printing the first one. The value of A is A. The value of A is A. Now again another switch case after inside of this case. This is nested else switch case, and it is checking the value of B, and B is value is 2. So it is satisfying the case 2, and it is printing the value is 2, and then it is breaking this switch case, and it is coming out, and again it is breaking this outside of the switch case, and then it is printing the hello world. So break is will the two break first break will break the first switch case statement, and the second break is firing, which is breaking the second switch statement, and then it is printing hello world. So this is a nested nested switch statement coding. So this is the full code of nested switch case. I hope this is also clear for you guys. And now next we will move it to question mark colon operator. This is the value of a question mark expression is determined like this. Expression 1 is evaluated. If it is true, then expression 2 is evaluated and becomes the value of the entire question mark expression. And if the expression 1 is false, then expression 3 is evaluated and its value becomes the value of the expression. Means it's a single line if else condition. It's a single line if else condition. Let's see one example. Okay, so let me remove the coding here. Uh, okay, see, I am declaring one variable, um, suppose int, and b is equal to a. I am declaring this is also as an integer, and I am putting it value is 100. So if it is greater than 10, then it should return. If this condition is satisfied, then it will return uh, 10. Uh, 10. And if it is false, then it will return 1. And I wanted to printf the value of b, the value of b is percentage d slash n comma b. Let's run this program first. So first portion is actually we are putting the condition, which I am actually written in if inside of if statement, inside of the if first bracket statement. So it is actually evaluating that it is returning true or false. If it is true, then this value will print. So the after question mark, the first value should be the true value you have to put, and after colon you have to put the false value. Suppose I'm putting here 9. So a is not greater than 9, then it is returning one, and the value 1, and in the this one is assigned to in condition in b, and this b is I'm printing here. So if it is returning true, then 10 will be assigned to b. If it is returning false, then 1 will be assigned to b. So it will return the 1 if it is false. If it is true, then it will return 10. So this is the question mark colon operator and how it works. Now let's start with the loop. A loop statement allows us to execute a statement or group of statements multiple times. Suppose you want to execute one thing 5 times or 10 times, then you can write like that way. Like suppose I want to printf hello world 5 times, so you can write like that: printf hello world, then again next line printf hello world, then again next line printf hello world. This is how 5 times you were written, and this if you execute the program, it will print the hello world 5 times. But it is a redundant word, and it is actually it's a not good practice of coding. So there we can use the loop condition. Now a loop condition is coming here in this our picture. So suppose I wanted to print hello world, which I'm already told you that printf hello world and slash n. This line I want to print 5 times. This line I want to print 5 times. So I am printing like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So if I run this one, 5 times hello world is printing here in our output screen, correct? But this is a not a good practice of coding. We have to use some logic so that it can be single line hello world only, but it will print 5 times in output. So we will use loop here. So first we will learn while loop. While loop, like, it's a we have to put the condition in that particular path, and if the condition satisfy, then some code is should run here, and if it is false, if condition is false, then it will go out of the that block. If it is correct, if the condition is satisfied, then this piece of code will running in a loop manner. So a while loop in a C programming repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given condition is true. So now let's print this one 5 times. I wanted to print this one as a 5 times. So I am putting like a greater than 5. And I want to remove this redundant word, and my assigning is a is equal to a plus 1. And in the beginning, I am declaring a is equal to 1. So let's see what will show this output. Oh, I put wrong condition here, so it will not print here anything. Now, okay, so how many times hello world is printing? 1, 2, 3, 4 times, but I wanted to print 5 times. So I'm putting like this only, that is equal to. And let's run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times hello world is printing. Now I am explaining the coding of here. So here, what is happening? I'm declaring a variable with and a integer type, and assigning it to with one value, with one. Now I am putting while loop, and in that while loop, I am putting one condition: a less than equal to 5. I already told you in our previous video that this is an logical operator, and we are putting this logical operator here, a less than equal to 5. If this condition is satisfied, then it will print hello world. Then it will increment the value of a, it will increase the value of a with one value, and then again it will go for checking of the condition. And if it is satisfied, then again it will print the whatever hello world, and then again it will increase the value of a, again it will goes for checking out the condition. This will happen 5 times. When it is entering at the time of 5, then after printing this one, the a value will goes to 6. A already is 5, a plus 1 is equal to 6. Then it will go for checking of the condition a is greater less than equal to 5 or not. Now a value is 6, which is returning false. Then it comes outside of the for loop. So it will stop executing of the loop. So this is how while loop will work. I hope this is also clear for you guys. How while loop is working, and this is how what is the syntax of while loop. Now next loop is the for loop. For loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write a loop that needs to execute a specific number of times. Same like while condition, but the syntax is different. So now I am writing the same thing here, and I'm blocking the code here for while loop, and same code I am running with for loop condition. So here I using a, so I'm starting with this one. If I using for loop, we don't have to initialize the one here, or if I initializing that one also, how we can write it down below, that I will also let you know. So a is equal to 1, A is, this is a starting point of A. That means A should start from 1, then the condition, then the increment, then the log printing. So if we run this program, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times hello world is printing. What is happening here? First, A is initializing with one value. After that, we have to put the semicolon. In the next semicolon part, you have to write the condition. So the second part of the for loop is a condition. So you have to write the condition here, which I written in while loop, a less than 5. The same condition I'm putting here also, a less than equal to 5. Then after semicolon, I am putting a plus plus, that is increment. But this will execute after printing the first printf. Means when we are running this program, that time first for loop, first for loop will goes inside with the value of a. It will check the value of check the condition, it is coming true or false. It is coming true, then it will execute this one. After execution, it will run this increment operator. So this is, I already told you in the last video, this is an operator. This is called as an increment operator. So it will increase the value of a with 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Means this is actually works like this way. I write this a plus plus is equal to a plus a is means a is equal to a plus 1. So this is how it will work. If you want to write this full code in one particular part, then I have to write this a plus plus. Why we are using this one, not this one? Because this operator is faster execution time than this one, assignment operator. Because increment operator or um, decrement operator, whatever operator we are using, that operator is actually executes first than the assignment operator. So that's why we should use increment operator or decrement operator. If it is increment means what is execution time? Because when we are running the program, that time it will execute some bit millisecond or microsecond in our computer. It is taking some time, so that is execution time. So if we want to reduce the execution time, we should use this increment. We try to use a plus means this increment operator, decrement operator. So this is how it will work. And if I want to use it negatively, means if we want to use this same logic with decrement operator, so this is how it will work. The same logic I am written, same thing I want to print the 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So okay, I am putting 0 here. That's why. Okay, run. Yeah. Now it should print 5 times hello world. 5 times hello world is printing. How it is work? Now A is initialized with 5, and it is checking 5 is less than 5 is greater than equal to 1 or not. If it is there, then it is printing hello world. Then it is decrement the um, value of a, and then again it is going for the condition checking. So now it's coming as a 4. 4 is greater than equal to 1, so it is printing this one. This is how it will work. This assignment operator, this initialization operator will work only for the first time, not the second time or third time. Second time only this condition and this decrement operator will work. Only for the first time this particular portion of the for loop will work. And suppose you want to declare here only the value, then we don't have to initialize here. We just remove this one, and if you want to put this logic also inside of this here, we can write it down here also, and let's see how it is goes. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not putting any initialization condition here in first in the first part of the for loop. I'm putting that one at the declaration time itself. Then only I'm putting the logic here. The and then again I remove the last part of the decrement part in the for loop, and I'm putting that one inside of the for loop. That this is how also we can write the code. So we can write with initialization and with decrement here, and without that one also we can able to write the for loop here. Only thing you have to put is a semicolon here. You don't miss this one, then it will throw compilation error. If I putting here like this way, then it will throw compilation error, because it is expected you have to put semicolon here in this code. So this is how for loop will work. I hope this for loop is also clear for you guys. Now let's move it to the next loop, is a do while loop. If you want to print a particular, or if you want to execute a particular piece of code, and then you want to start your while loop checking, then we will use the do while loop. So a do while loop is a similar to a while loop, except the fact that it is guaranteed to execute at least one time. So if you want to run the code single time minimum, then we will use do while loop. Then how it will work, let's see what is the syntax of do while. So this is do, and printf, same hello world I'm printing, and then I'm putting while condition. So what will happen, let's see, if I run this code, piece of code. Okay, okay, okay. So I already declared a uh, as a initializer with 5. So it will come, when it comes here, it will execute minimum once. So it is executing this value hello world, then it is reduced with one value, so 4. Now a is 4. Now while loop is checking the condition, it is satisfied or not. If it is satisfying, then again it is going to print this one, then again it will reduce this one, then again it will check the condition. This is how it will work. So when the first time it is coming into the number line 17, it is firing the 18 9 without checking any condition. So this is how it will work. If you want to execute a piece of code single time minimum the way, then you have to write that same code and in do while loop, and you have to use that do while loop. This is how do while loop will work. I already explained this break statement, that the break statement in C programming has the following two usage. When a break statement is encountered inside a loop, the loop is immediately terminated and the program control resumes at the next statement following the loop. I already showed that one in switch case. We are using break statement, and with that break statement, it is directly entering into your into the it's jumping into the your next next statement. So it will remove. Um, it will not execute the next part of the code when we are using break. It can be used to terminate a case in the switch statement. I already showed you this thing in the example. The continuous statement. The continuous statement is nothing but is a works somewhat like the break statement. Instead of forcing termination, it forces the next iteration of the loop to take place, skipping any code in between. Means if you want to um, if you want to run any particular statement, and if you want to execute that code, then you have to put continue in that statement. Let's see some example of continue, which already I showed you. So I'm showing you the continue statement. Suppose I am declaring int a, then I am declaring a do loop. If a is equal to 10, then a is equal to a plus 1. Then I'm putting continue. Then I want to printf value of a. Percentage d, then a, then a plus plus. Then I'm putting the logic of while loop greater than 20. Okay, I'm declaring it with value of 10. I'm putting it 15, 20, return 0. Okay, let's run this program. Then I will explain the how it is working. I missed the semicolon here. Okay. Now let's see what is printing 10, because this is a do while loop. So it is coming into here and it is printing. The condition is not satisfying here. So it is going to print this one and then increment. Then it will check the condition. So it is printing 10. Then again for 10, after I increment this one, 11 is coming. That is also printing because this one will satisfy only when it is 15. So 11 is printing, 12 is printing, 13 is printing, 14 is printing. But 15 is not printing because when you are satisfying the value of 15, it is entering here and it is printing, it is increment the value of a plus 1 with 16. Now value of a is 16 and it is continuing, and when it is continue, then it is printing the value of a 16 and then it is going for 17. So it is printing the taking the condition here and it is printing the value of 16, 17, 18, 19. And because it is less than 20 checking, so till 19 it is printing, but it is keeping the value of 15. So this is how continue is working. Continue is passing the value to the next statement and it is going like that way. Suppose instead of this one, if I want to print break here, then this is how it will work. If instead of continue, if I wanted to stop the program there itself, then I am putting break here, and if it when it satisfies 15, then it is increment the value of a, that is 16, but it is break the loop and it will come outside of the loop. So it is not printing the value of 16, 17, 18, 19. So till 14 it is only printing. This is the difference between break and continue. I hope this is also clear for you. Now, the last part, I guess, this is go to statement, which is actually an unconditional jump from the go to a labeled statement in the same function. Suppose you want to jump from one place to another place without any condition, then we have to use go to statement. Let's see one example here. Uh, a, then loop do if a is equal to 15, A is equal to A plus 1, go to loop, printf value of A colon percentage D slash N comma A plus plus. Now while loop, here also A less than 20. Let's run this program first, then I will explain the meaning of the all code. Okay. So 10 is printing, 11 is printing, 12 is printing, 13 is printing, 14 is printing, but 15 is not printing. Irrespective of 16 is printing. It's like same like you can say continue. The thing is that it is a when it is entering here, I'm declaring is a this is a I already have labeled statement. So I'm putting one label here is a loop. So first time do while loop will execute the first time, so it is printing 10, and then when it is coming 15, it is come inside, and this A plus 1 16 is coming, it's happening 16, and then go to loop. So again it is coming here back to this level loop. Again it is coming here, and again it's printing 16, and then again it's going for increment 17. So this is how it will work. Means when it is firing go to loop, it is coming back to number 6 line again, and then again it is coming to number 12 line, because this condition is not satisfying, because now A is equal to 16. So it is not satisfying. So it is coming again to number 12, and it is printing the 16 value. So this is how go to will work with label statement. So till this point, we cleared all the topics which we wanted to cover in this video, and we completed this video with covering the if else conditions, switch case, for loop, while loop, break and continue, and programming it with goto. So if you have any question, any doubt, then post us in tutorials, and we will get back to you within as soon as possible, and do coding, and we will post some exercise after this video. And thank you for your time. Thank you.